name is Aji, and today is going to be a very special video, as I'm bringing you a brand new series, The Road to Champion League. This series will track my journey as I race towards reaching Champion League before the end of Season 2. Each video will include the highlights of 10 of my games, with me providing some insight into my strategies. I'm expecting a lot of highs as well as a lot of lows, but I think it should be a lot of fun to watch, and who knows, you might even learn a thing or two from watching the series. This is a series that I'm really excited to bring to you, and will actually provide the main bulk of my videos for this season. In fact, I'll be releasing one every single week. However, for those that enjoy my discussions or 20 games videos, don't be too disappointed, as they will still be a part of my channel. However, throughout Season 2, I'll be releasing a Road to Champion League video on a Sunday, and then a discussion or 20 games video every other Wednesday. This way, I think we get the best of both worlds. So before we get into the action, let's take a look at how Arena works. For those that haven't played it yet, Arena is basically Fortnite's version of a ranked playlist. Each match, you receive points for getting kills and placing highly. And as you acquire more points, you'll rise through the divisions, with everyone starting in Open League's Division 1 until reaching Champion League's Division 10. But to reach Champion League, I won't need to get all the way to Division 10, as Champion League actually starts at Division 8. However, that doesn't mean reaching Champion League is going to be easy. In fact, I'm expecting it to be really tough, as once you reach the Contender League, you start to lose points at the start of each match due to a bus fare, with the bus fare increasing as you go up each division. So as I get higher and higher, it's going to be harder to keep increasing in points, especially with Epic putting you in lobbies with players at a similar points total. Anyway, that's enough build up, let's get into the gameplay. So during these first few divisions, players aren't charged a bus fare at the start of each match. Because of this, you tend to see people playing very aggressively, going for kills, as it doesn't matter if you keep dying quickly. Also, everyone of all skill levels and platforms start in Division 1, which naturally means that you're much more likely to come across not so good players during the first few divisions. Because of this, my initial strategy was to land at fairly safe locations before looting up and trying to get some kills. Although during this first game, I don't see any players until there are 22 players left, by which time I've already gained 60 points from placing in the top 25. I take a few shots at this player, breaking a shield, before pushing forward. My loot is looking good. I've got plenty of heals, and I'm almost at max materials, so I'm feeling confident. However, before I can finish off the player, my kill is stolen by a third party. And even worse, I'm this player's next victim. Okay, so at this point, you'd usually hear the sound of me raging about being killed. However, it wasn't until I'd played enough games for 2 videos until I realised that my mic had been muted. What a nightmare. So the rest of this video and the next one will only feature me giving post-match commentary. It won't be quite the same as usual, but it should still be fun. Anyway, back to the video. So not getting a kill in game 1 definitely wasn't ideal, but I did at least come out with 60 points, so it wasn't a complete waste of time. But in game 2, I was determined to get some kills. So whilst at Pleasant, I decided to take some shots at a player. Only one of my shots connect before they're able to protect themselves, and a build battle ensues. I crack the player's shield, and at this point I can tell that he's scared and desperately trying to get away. He makes it a little tricky for me, but he can't keep me away forever, and I'm able to get my first kill in Arena. And shortly after, I spot another player nearby. I get a nice bit of controller bloom before I'm able to finish them off with attack. That's not the last of the players at Pleasant though, as I see a Peely skin moments later. I was convinced that this player was a bot, until I remembered that bots aren't in Arena. I heard the player jump into the trash, but I wasn't sure if this led to the secret base, so I jumped in as well. What was that guy doing? Something tells me that I won't be seeing these type of players for much longer. Eventually, I'm able to make it to the endgame, but there's barely any players left. In Arena, you can often find a lot of players at this stage of the game, but with everyone playing aggressively during the lower divisions, I was still far off from getting a stacked endgame. With there only being 2 players left, I decide to build fight one of the final players. We end up building high into the sky, which is definitely risky, as we could get knocked down, but it's not long until I've fallen down to the ground anyway. I eliminate this player, leaving me 1v1 against the final player. Instead of going for height, I decide to box fight my opponent. I really want to put some shield on, but she keeps on pressuring me. I do well to evade her, making sure I edit my way out before she gets to me, but I make the crucial error of not protecting above me. Damn, I really thought I could win that one. Oh well, it was still a good game. The next game, I don't see another player until there are only 8 other players left. Look at the size of the circle, it's massive. I get more stacked endgames in pubs. Jesus. Well, at least I'm getting easy placement points. Oh, she just got destroyed. Not long after, I see 2 players fighting, so I decide to get involved. However, I lose track of one of the players, and I can't react quickly enough to save me. Having done well at Pleasant previously, I decide to land there again, which is a good decision, as I'm able to get an early kill. Whilst looking for some other players to fight, I hear a player down below, in the secret base. We end up box fighting as the storm starts to move in, meaning I need to get this fight over with quickly, which I'm able to do. Once again, I'm able to make it to the latter stages of the match, but whilst farming, I get shot at. I build up quickly before absolutely lasering them with my assault rifle. The skill level isn't too high at this point in Arena, so I'm basically pushing every player that I see. And after taking off a decent amount of this player's shield, I decide to push in aggressively. But I make the fatal error of ignoring the sound of an RPG coming in my direction. To be honest, I'm kinda glad my mic was muted at this point, because I definitely was not amused. With me now standing at over 500 points, it meant that I'd moved up to Division 2, but it didn't make much difference, as there still isn't a bus fare at this point, which I was pretty happy about, considering Game 5 was only a quick one. Even though I'd not managed to get a win so far, I was having a lot of fun. At this stage of Arena, the skill level was actually a lot lower than I usually get in pubs, so playing these games were a blast. I mean, it was just nice to have some chilled games with Siphon and the faster farming. I've really missed them since they were removed from pubs, and knowing that each time I got a kill, or placed highly, I'd be getting points, it made doing well feel way more satisfying. Because let's be real, if I finish 9th with a few kills in pubs, I'll just feel disappointed. But if it happens in Arena, that's not too bad. So it really felt rewarding playing these games, even when things weren't always going my way. By Game 7, I started to notice a difference in the skill level of players. I still wasn't at the point where everyone was good, but I was no longer meeting those players who would play 1 or 2 games of Arena to see what it's like, realise that they're not quite good enough yet, and then quit. At this point, a lot of the players were decent at turtling and prolonging the fights, just like this fish stick, who I'd done loads of damage to, but I couldn't quite manage to finish him off before he launch pads away. I go after him, but I can't tell where he's gone, so I decide to push another player, something that I soon regret. And in Game 8, I decide to land somewhere different as I drop it risky. Again, a decision I soon regret. Even though there wasn't a bus fare at this point of Arena, I still didn't want to be dying early, as I could be getting so many easy placement points. However, that wasn't always possible. I know I've said it many times, but can we please get an FOV slider already? I could barely see anything in that fight. In the final game of Episode 1, I decide to avoid players for as long as I can, ensuring that I can secure the placement points to get me to over 1000, which I'm able to do. I'm quite content with running around the map, getting easy placement points. However, not everyone has that same mentality, as one player decides to launch at me. But that's not a smart decision, as I'm able to break a shield just as she lands. I spray away at her, hoping that I'm able to connect a final bullet, which will finish her off. But yet again, I'm beaten to the kill by an opponent shooting from afar. This player ends up pushing me, aggressively trying to get into my box. She seemed like a decent player, but hoping that I'll be able to catch her off guard, I go for an edit play. Damn, I really hoped for more than 40 from that pump shot, and I definitely wouldn't have jumped into a box if I knew she had the drum gun. So that's the end of the 10 games. We started the episode in Division 1 without any points, and we've ended the episode in Division 3 with over 1,000 points. We didn't manage to get a win, but we had a lot of fun, and I'm happy with how we've done. Obviously, we're still miles away from reaching Champion League, but I'm glad that we've managed to make some decent progress. Although the next 10 games are when things start to get serious. So, what did you think of episode 1? Do you think you'll enjoy this series? I really want to know what you guys are thinking, so any sort of feedback or support for the video would be highly appreciated. Also, if you want to support me as a content creator, then feel free to use my creator code, which is on the screen now. So anytime you buy something in the item shop and use my code, it will go directly towards supporting the channel, which would be greatly appreciated. Anyway, thank you for watching, and if you enjoyed the video, leave a like and subscribe for more. And I'll see you next time for another video. Goodbye.